We're turning our house hack into a BRRRR.
If you're new here, we're Kyle and Lauren, and for the last 7 months, we've taken you along with us as we've bought and renovated our newest duplex.
The scope creep was real, and we demoed way more than we planned as we ran into issue after issue. But in the end, we're turning this dated unit into the place we're calling home for the next couple of years.
As you saw in our original analysis, our game plan for this house hack was to keep the inheritor tenant next door, which would allow us to live for less than $500 a month on our side. And we've been doing that.
But plans have changed, the tenant next door moved out, and we're going to BRRRR this house hack.
So what does that mean?
It means we have an extensive renovation on deck, and you guys are coming with us.
We've already got the first B out of the way, buy. And some of the first are renovate. But next in the BRRRR strategy is to renovate our newly vacant unit, rent it out, and then refinance.
We're going to come just shy of fully gutting this entire unit to take it from dark and dingy to bright and welcoming. And we know it's gonna challenge us and definitely push us out of our comfort zone.
The three big factors here are: one, we're gonna try our best to be hands-off.
Kyle is not allowed to pick up a single tool.
And Lauren is not allowed to make any last-minute supply runs. We want to treat this project as if we don't live right next door to it. This is crucial for us to reach our long-term goals, and we're excited to not be covered in plaster dust.
Are you taking my face? Because it's so dirty.
You look like an Oompa Loompa.
And number two, this will be our most expensive renovation. In the past, the most we've probably spent on a single renovation is like $40,000. So this time around, we're looking at almost double.
Three, we'll be using private money. Now, we've used private money before, so this isn't completely new to us, but given the increased renovation costs and hiring everything out, it does put a little bit more pressure on us to ensure everything goes smoothly for our lenders.
We're going to share how we're finding subs and contractors, tips for managing projects, how to find and screen tenants, and everything else that goes into this entire process.
Before we dive into how this will change our numbers, let's introduce you to our new project. Welcome to the other side. Now, this place is dated, but we've got a lot of plans for it, so let's walk it. We'll show you the space and share with you our plans. Now this unit will look very familiar because it is a mirror image of our side, just a little smaller. Down here is getting all new windows. These things are in rough shape. We're doing an open concept layout from the entry room to the dining room and into the kitchen. All this opened up. Blocking that one in so that we can get a full useful L kitchen out of this space. And of course the dry bar. Little bonus this side's gonna get is gonna be a half bath in this laundry room area. So we're gonna do a stackable plus a toilet and a small vanity. Let's make our way upstairs. Up here we're doing a full brand new bathroom. This place is getting pulled down all the way to the studs. I think there's gonna be some framing repairs to do. We're gonna frame up that full back wall for the shower, do a full 3-piece tile surround, and this place is gonna be looking really, really great. All the bedrooms on this floor are just gonna get gutted out with new sheetrock, paint, new closet doors, and new bedroom doors. Other than that, nothing is really changing up here layout-wise.
Dear God.
Is that a booby trap? I'm sorry, is that a spider web?
Yeah, it's just old.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Up onto this third floor, again, we're not changing anything layout-wise. And one of the benefits up here is that this is actually updated older style sheetrock, and it's in decent shape, so we're just gonna patch it instead of gut it. New paint, LVP on the floors. That will be the fourth bedroom, which is in decent shape. One of the biggest expenses over here is gonna be the fact that there are only 2 vinyl windows and the rest are wood and they're in pretty rough shape, so we are gonna have to do replacements throughout this entire unit. Little cool little Easter egg in this place. This is the old gas line lighting, and it's still there, so this is the original. That's pretty cool. I've actually never seen a fixture. I've seen the gas line, but never the actual fixture. It's pretty cool. And like we told you before, one of the biggest benefits of this is going to be that I'm not doing any of the work. Now that we gave you the lay of the land next door, let's run these numbers. And remember, we said we're going to run them two ways. The first way, which is the most important, how is this property going to perform after we move out? So let's jump into it.
All right, so we're heading over to biggerpockets.com and we're gonna go to tools and BRRRR calculator. Start a new report. So I am a pro member. We're using Kyle's account at the moment. So this is what it looks like if you're not a member. So you're allowed to use the calculator 5 times to evaluate a deal. And if you upgrade, you get full access. Okay, so report title. So we actually never shared with you guys on this channel yet, but we did finally come up with a name for this property.
Winston.
And we can't really tell you why we chose that because it kind of like gives away the address and some other like identifying factors about the property, but this duplex is called Winston.
Winston. It's a perfect name.
So I'll type in Winston. And for taxes are $8,400 a year.
All right, so for the purchase price, we've got $350. And we're assuming that this property is gonna come out, once it's fully updated, to $530,000.
Now, I think that's a conservative estimate. I definitely think it's gonna appraise for higher, but I like being on the safe side, and that's the number we're going with. And then we've obviously already purchased this property, so we know how much our closing costs were. It was around $2,000. If you guys remember when we purchased it, we got $10,000 back from the seller at closing, so we had very little cash out of hand. And estimated repair cost, well, got a little
New York.
North Jersey girl there. Estimated repair cost for this property. So right now we're on track that we're spending around $40,000 for this unit. And then we're still waiting to get a few quotes for next door. But depending on the level of renovation and if we're gonna do certain things, we're thinking it's gonna be like $85,000, $90,000. So that plus our $40,000 is
130,000. Because I would say 90 for her side.
130,000. All right. Now again, we already purchased this, so we know we did 15% down. Our interest rate was 3.35. We did not do any points. There really weren't any charges. We financed for 30 years. Because this isn't a real BRRRR, when we're gonna refinance and what the estimated rehab time doesn't really matter for this calculator because we've already owned it for so long. So I'm just gonna say 6 months and 4 months because we're gonna refinance 6 months from today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so our loan amount is 75% of our appraised value, so that's gonna be $397,950. Our interest rate's 4%.
We don't really know what our interest rate's gonna be, but I do know it's gonna go up. Cash or
Yeah.
refinance interest rates are always higher than you purchase, so just putting 4. And then we are gonna have to refinance and close again, so there are gonna be closing costs, and we're using private money, so we also have to pay those fees. So basically any fees in addition to renovations that you think this is gonna cost when it comes to closing, if you're gonna add that here. And for the sake of this, I'm gonna do $4,000. And we're gonna have a 30-year fixed loan and do next steps. When we first analyzed, if you guys go back, we projected rent after renovating for our unit to be $2,500 and for the unit next door to be $2,300. We've been keeping a pulse on the market and rents have gone up significantly. So to still be conservative, one will be our unit, so the 5-bedroom. I'm confident we get at least $2,800. And then for the unit next door, it's a 4-bedroom.
Was it like 26?
I'll say 25 just to be safe.
Okay.
I still think we could get more.
We do know one of our neighbors across the street did it's a mirror image of the one next door, and he did a pretty nice renovation. He did a couple things that we aren't gonna do, so yeah, that's a good conservative number.
Yeah, he did like another full bath.
And he's getting $2,800.
And he's getting 28. We bill back all of our utilities, and we'll just have our monthly insurance, which is $125 a month. And then since we renovated, and this is a pretty nice area, we feel comfortable just doing 5s across the board. And then property management, I still just do 7.
Yeah.
Gotta pay ourselves. So I've seen these numbers before because I've obviously calculated this. I don't know if you have.
I haven't seen the up and running for her side because that wasn't something we expected to do. So I'm excited to see what these look like. Well, first of all, a cash on cash return of close to 20% in this market is like unbelievable.
This is usually what we're looking for in like our lower
Yeah.
priced market. So to get that type of return in this like A class, A property market is like pretty awesome.
Dude, that is very, very nice.
And then it's gonna cash flow a little over $1,400 a month. And because the rents are so high, that 7% management fee that I'm paying myself is another $371. You can kind of count as like profit because we're making that. We are leaving money in the deal. We're leaving about like $85,000 into the deal. We're totally fine with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have this good return on investment and this nice cash flow than like pull out more than we need to and be over leveraged.
So now something else I'm super excited to see. I want to see how much we are going to have to pay to live here once that unit's up and running.
All right, let's run it
So
again.
let's do that.
We're just gonna go back and edit the report, and basically we're going to, okay, so we're gonna take out our side altogether, so we're taking out the 2,800. And then, yes, you do still want to account for vacancy, repairs, maintenance, CapEx, all that good stuff, but we just wanna know like, what is that amount of money we have to pay each month to live here? So I don't want you guys to get confused when you're analyzing a house hack. Please still account for these variable landlord paid expenses and reserves, but just for the sake of like the number we're looking for, which is just like what's that fixed cost, we're gonna take out vacancy, repair, CapEx, and management. All right, so basically what this calculator is showing is that while we live here, we're gonna have to pay $225 around towards our fixed expenses each month. And honestly, for a fully renovated 5-bedroom house, like, I think that's pretty good.
And without the unit next door offsetting our mortgage cost, I don't know if we'd be able to afford to live in this area just on our own incomes.
Definitely. House hacking definitely just offers so many advantages. And we hear this all the time, like people have families already or too many dogs or they need a big yard. Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but like this feels like a home that we can grow into. It's 5 bedrooms, it's like over 1,500 square feet, driveway, huge backyard. So the larger house hacks are out there. You don't always have to live in a small 1 bedroom on a 2nd or 3rd floor when you hear house hack.
And we've always lived in a smaller unit, so if we were super ambitious and wanted to move again, we could move next door, decrease our expenses
and definitely
monthly,
live for free.
and definitely live for free. But
I'm happy here.
Trying to move again. To date, we've had about 4 or 5 contractors walk through next door, so we're getting their bids slowly trickling in. Next step, demo.
Which I'm so excited about because we're not gonna be the ones doing it. If you guys want to follow along on this journey, because you know we're transparent, we're going to share everything with you, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below what you want to know. What parts of the process do you want to know all the details, because you know we're going to share it. So help us out. If you're new here, guys, we post every single week and we'd love to have you on this journey along with us. So see you guys in the next one.
Well done.